Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the Just Flying series. As you can tell from the engine noise in that fly past, or taxi past, there are some sound issues with this plane. And in here, every time you touch the brakes, you get that sound. It sounds like a space laser battle from a 1980s computer game. But I'm not complaining about that for a particular reason, and I'll tell you more about the plane after we take off. And we'll be taking off from this place, which last time I totally mispronounced as Ohakea, when actually it seems that it should be more like Ohakea instead. I'm not going to say Ohakea is 100% correct either, but it's probably as good as you get from an English bloke. There is a how to pronounce type of website, and there are a few different voice samples on there, with Ohakea seeming to be the most common of them, so that's what I'm going with. Full power, and let's go for it. I want to be careful of with this aircraft is the gear and flaps operator's one unit, so when you put the wheels up, be careful that you don't sink back onto the ground. Right, so, unless one of you lot wants to make a video of you saying it, we're going to go with Ohakea, and my apologies for butchering the Maori language in the last video. More recently I do try and look up names and check if I'm not sure, but I made this airport back before I had a microphone to use on previous videos. So with just subtitles back then, all I needed to do was know how to spell it, not say it. So I'll try and bear that in mind for future Just Flying videos. So the plane, it's a gnat, although in keeping with the theme of this video and mispronouncing words, I may decide to call it a gunat occasionally, just to annoy everybody. It's a freeware one from the org forum, which I found on the What's New in the World of X-Plane thread, the one dated 20th to 26th of August, and that's 2022, just in case you're watching this in a few years' time. Now, just checking that thread and the NAT downloads so that I could tell you about it, I'm actually not sure now if I have the most current version of the plane, or if this is an older work in progress upload of it. So that's why I'm not going to moan about the sounds, because that may have been fixed and this may be an out-of-date version. Don't know and can't be bothered to check, as this isn't the type of aircraft I usually fly, so I doubt I'll use it again. But taking it for what it is, it's a lot of fun. It flies well, the instruments that are in here are sharp and clear, and it's not lacking in a bit of speed either. All things considered, it's not too bad. Seems like it's got plenty of power. You can drag yourself up to some serious altitude in a fairly short amount of time. We're up at about 34,000 here and just running out of the will to climb much further. Although sea level to 34,000 in probably about 2 minutes isn't too bad. If you wanted to have a look at the view from up here, which is quite nice today. As for the speed, well, I put the throttle full forward for takeoff, and I'm leaving it at full for the whole flight just to see what happens. And as we are on full power, let's see what kind of speed we can get up to in a dive. No, it's not a full nose dive, as I'm trying to turn in the general direction of our destination. It's steep enough to see what it can do. looking at the readout on the X-Plane moving map, as that's easy to see. Yeah, we're about 6:15 knots true. So, yeah, you need to get somewhere in a hurry, and this Gnat isn't going to be the quickest thing in X-Plane, but it's certainly not the slowest either. So, all things considered, I may not have the most current version as I mentioned. I'm not going to say anything too bad. Yeah, even if this does happen to be the final version, then there are some issues, but you get what you pay for and it's free. And what you get for free is something that's actually quite enjoyable to throw around and have a bit of fun with. Flies very nicely. Yeah, there are better jet fighter type aircraft that you can get freeware at the Org, so I doubt I'll use it again, to be honest, but I have enjoyed having a quick play and testing it out, so it gets a thumbs up for that. Right, our destination today is NZWU. Now, as that starts with AWH, my basic understanding wants to say that it's pronounced with the harder, more F kind of sound of Whanganui. But I've seen a video of a guy who works at a local radio station there, and there's the airport, and visually he looks very Maori as well. And he pronounced it with the softer sound, so it's more of a Whanganui. So that's what I'm going to go with for this one. But talking of pronouncing, I've just had a question pop into my head. And in the UK, we have many regional accents, some of which are vastly different to one another. And as someone who lives here and hears all of them regularly, if a person speaks to me, then I can usually tell roughly what part of the UK they're from, or the nearest big city at very least. Now, the question, which I have absolutely no idea, is they're the same thing with accents in New Zealand? Would you be able to identify a difference in somebody from Christchurch or Auckland or Wellington to Dunedin, etc.? And plus, is that the same when you're speaking English and Maori too? Are there Maori regional accents, and are they different to the English ones, if you have any at all? Yeah, if somebody can let me know, yeah, I'm curious now. Anyway, let's try and land, and much like the previous space shuttle video, I have no idea about speeds, so I'm doing this by feel and making it up as I go along. Although hopefully the end result will be a little better than the space shuttle landing, and fingers crossed I won't bounce down the airfield and end up skidding across the grass again. At least this one is a proper plane with an engine, so I'm feeling a lot more confident this time. A little bit low here. A bit more throttle. Get some more altitude again. Yeah, I think we're doing okay now. More like it. Yeah, nice and gentle. And oh shit, engine's gone. What the hell happened? No. Oh, for fuck's sake. What the hell happened there? The engine just... I don't know, have I run out of fuel? Where's the... yes. Okay, it seems that throttle full forward all the time means that the fuel economy might not be the strongest point of this plane then. Although, to be fair, I have no idea how much fuel we had on board when we took off. So, that may have been hardly anything. Although it probably was, leaving the throttles at full power. Kind of annoying being that close, though. About 5 more seconds of fuel and we probably would have made it. Bollocks. Right, so that'll do then. That's 2 crashes in a row, so hopefully next time we'll try and see if I can redeem myself and have a successful landing somewhere. So until the next one then, yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.